How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I wanted to give you an update on Tattooed Chef and on Cleanspark. Now, you can tell I'm on the ground because I don't have a desk anymore. I don't have a chair anymore. I had to sell it all off. I'm lucky that I have a computer anymore. Lost my shirt on this. I'm just kidding. I love the dips here. So right now, Tattooed Chef is down 12.5%. They were down even more than that. They were, again, very close to that $17 mark a couple times. And this is all because they missed revenue by $4 million. So they were supposed to hit 54, they hit 50. Huge sell off. Also, we have Cleanspark, which is down 3.4% today. Bitcoin is up at 46,400 and Cleanspark is down. This is horrible, right? Well, we're going to take a look at it. I'm just messing around. I have my desk right here. I guess I can go back up there. But yeah, I really don't mind this. So let's take a look. Of course, I would have preferred if Tattooed Chef had great earnings. Yesterday, they reported earnings. They had a one-time expense, which was not good. It cost them to have a lot of money flowing out this quarter. Also, they just didn't hit revenue. So I think the reason for that was seasonality. A lot of people going back out on the town. They said that it was due to some different specials that they have, some promos that they have in their stores, and the dates just didn't line up. So whatever it is, they missed by 4 million. Still a huge increase since last year. They still reiterated guidance for this coming year, or this year that we're in now. So they're still saying 240 million in revenue for the year. That means that they're really expecting a high increase over the two coming quarters. That puts a lot of pressure on them next quarter. If they don't hit next quarter, that could be really bad. They'd have to have probably 60 million, 70 million for me to feel comfortable in there. So they're down 13% today. I bought more than I did last night, but I did buy last night. Also, I bought some shares. I added 6% to my total holdings. I didn't go and double my position or anything like that, but I did add more to the shares. I am happy to buy the dips on this. So this is a long-term hold for me. I do not care what they do this year. I do not care what they do next year. Of course, I will be watching because I want to see the trajectory, but I'm looking years down the line. This is a small company, less than $1.5 billion in market cap. 10% of that is just cash, and they are definitely a growth story. It's too easy to take a look quarter versus the previous quarter instead of looking year versus year. Cleanspark, they are down. They've been down. They've continued to stay down even when Bitcoin has spiked back up to 46,000. Right now, I see the problem. The problem that people have with Cleanspark is it is related to Bitcoin. People are worried about Bitcoin in general, and they're more worried about Bitcoin derivatives, companies that really depend on Bitcoin's price being high. And Cleanspark's one of them. They have their earnings next week. They have stayed above $13 several times. They kind of bounced off it a couple times, but they've still stayed in this $13, $14, $15 range for a while here, and they have earnings next week. So the reason that I think some people are worried a little bit is because they said that growth-based initiatives contribute to non-cash and a one-time cash expense last quarter that will have a negative impact on the reported results for the prior fiscal quarter. The quarter before that, they were actually positive EPS. So I think a lot of people were expecting, hey, there's going to be nothing but profits from here on out, but that's not the case. I think people have to realize this is still a growth company. They're spending a lot of money. They're trying to scale as much as possible. The margin is very high in Bitcoin mining, but that's not what we're focused on. This quarter is not what we're focused on. We're focused on next quarter, so the third quarter, how much can they ramp up? We're still seeing 9 to 10 Bitcoin at current difficulty levels by September. And then after that, how much can they get to by the end of the year? They're saying they're going to be able to double by the end of the year to 18 to 20 Bitcoin. The profit is going to be amazing. I mean, we are a $487 million company right now with over $100 million in cash, and they also are acquiring properties and more miners. If they liquidate this company, Even if they had to liquidate today, you would not be stuck with $0. They have a very strong balance sheet, no debt really. So at this point, this is a very I see this as a very strong play on the future of Bitcoin. Now, whether we see that right now, probably not, or whether we see it in the future, I think we will. So that's kind of confusing phrasing, but I think we will see that once Bitcoin continues to move up, and once people start realizing, okay, even if Bitcoin falls 50%, there's still an 80% margin on this. Let's say we get up to $80,000 per Bitcoin or something like that, and Cleanspark is bringing in 9 to 10 Bitcoin a day. That's going to be crazy. That's coming in the next 2 months. That's where we're going to be at according to Cleanspark. So you start looking at that. Let's say $50,000 Bitcoin, and they're bringing in 10 a day. That's 500,000. That's $180 million worth a year. Of course, there will be people that say, "Hey, I don't care. Bitcoin is going to go back down to 20, 30,000, and at that point, I don't want to be in a Bitcoin mining stock." That's fine. But even at 20 or 30,000, they're still making a lot of profit, especially if they are able to mine 10 a day, 20 a day. 20 a day at $30,000 is still $200 million throughout the year. And a good majority of that is going to be straight profit because it only takes them 6,000 per Bitcoin to mine. So at this point, I feel very strongly about Cleanspark. I bought calls earlier this week. If we get much lower, I probably will be looking at more shares and more calls. So that's where we're saying right now. I'm comfortable. I realize that it's not exactly what we want, but that's why we diversify, right? That's why we have other stocks and other assets too. Crypto is doing extremely well. I've made a ton of money in crypto over the last couple of weeks. I think it's close to $30,000 or something like that on my $100,000 portfolio. I've been buying the dips, so I'm very happy about that, but I am planning on this being my retirement fund, right? These stocks and these cryptos are my retirement funds, so I'm not looking to get out of them in the next 3 months and move them to something else. I want to pick quality companies that I think are undervalued, and I'm okay sitting and waiting for them to be correctly valued. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want, you can check out the link down below the video to try out BlockFi to get an interest rate on your cryptocurrency, or you can try out the link down below to get to Webull and get some free stocks. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.